Hey everybody, Jonathan Rose, owner, Masters in Trading, and I'm in super bullish oil. And let me show you exactly why. In front of you, gold. Down here, gold relative to oil. For those who follow Masters in Trading, Jonathan Rose, you know that everything I look at relative to something else. Nothing's cheap, nothing's expensive in isolation. Something could be cheap relative to something could be expensive relative to something else, but you can't analyze any asset alone. Gold, oil, the dollar, the yield curve, they're all correlated. They're all pushing and pulling off one another. So gold relative to oil, going back to 2017, you can see the relationship has traded between 14 and about 30. At the end of 2018, the relative value relationship rallied darn close to 30 and then sold off. It sold off because during that time, oil made a massive move to revalue itself. So therefore, the gold relative to oil ratio was able to sell off. Well, right now what's happening is oil has been selling off. At the same time, gold has been rallying, and gold's been rallying like crazy. What that has caused is the gold relative to oil ratio. It got all the way up to 30, now it's at 27. Got pretty freaking expensive. So therefore, oil's inexpensive to gold. You can buy oil and sell gold. I personally am very bullish gold. I'm actually more bullish silver, but I think both of the precious metals are going to go higher. So therefore, if I think that both precious metals are going to go higher, if I also think gold relative to oil is going to come down at 20, therefore, I could take those two thoughts, gold's going higher, gold relative to oil going down at 20, to back into a trade idea. That trade is translating to a very, very bullish stance on oil. But now, what do we do? What are some trades that we could take advantage of? Higher oil prices. Well, naturally, oil futures, that's the easiest thing to do. Just buy some oil futures. If we look at oil technically, I just have the 100 and 200 period moving average on a daily. You can see we're bumping up to the 200 period moving average on a daily, about $56. I sure as heck would like to get through there. I'd like to make that 200 period moving average support like it was here, rather than resistance like it was here, So sure, I'd like to see it get through this main level. That'll give me some more confidence. But overall, gold relative to oil, this is a level you don't see very much. The trades worked historically 100% of the time. I sure as heck like getting long oil futures. Another way to express this opinion, ERX. ERX is a leveraged oil ETF. I like getting long ERX. I also like getting long the oil majors. You can get long BP, British Petroleum, Chevron, ExxonMobil, Royal Dutch Shell. Maybe you look at the exploration companies. You can look at EOG, Oxy Petroleum. That's one that I personally quite like. Pioneer Resources is another one. We can look at some of the Canadian companies. Crescent Point, Suncor. Lots of different ways to express this opinion. So go through different oil companies. Go through different ways to express the opinion. Let's get long oil. Sure as heck makes a lot of sense to me. Oil, again, very inexpensive relative to gold. Curious to hear your comments, guys. Any thoughts? Do you like the trade idea? Do you disagree with the trade idea? Leave feedback in the comments. I'll reply to each one of your questions. Thanks a lot for listening, guys. My name is Jonathan Rose, and I'm the owner of Masters in Trading.